All right, guys, welcome back. If you're watching this video, there's a good chance you watched part one of this little mini 2-episode series of Super Bowl 48. In episode one, the Seattle Seahawks, controlled by me, dominated these Denver Broncos by a score of 35-0. I'm recording this literally right after playing the last game, so it's very fresh in my mind. Chances are you're watching these back to back, unless you're one of those people who has like stuff to do, in which case maybe you had to take a break because you didn't have more than 35 minutes to sit and watch YouTube videos. In which case, I guess I could commend you for actually being one of those people who does things. But on the other hand, I don't really know why you do that. But it's beside the point. Let's get on with the game, shall we? We have the Super Bowl 48 again, and this time the Denver Broncos will be the home team in their beautiful orange uniforms, and they will be my squad. That's right, my team, and we are going to play against the team we just used to destroy the Broncos in this very game. Hopefully we can have them win it out, and of course, as I explained this last game, the way this works is the team that wins both games, if we have a team that wins both games, will win the real Super Bowl. And if the individual or the team that wins the first game loses the second game, which is of course the Seattle Seahawks, then the Super Bowl will in real life end in a tie. So if we win this game here, the Super Bowl will end in a tie with the teams breaking the Vince Lombardi Trophy into two at midfield after the game and just celebrating the fact that they both competed. Or in the instance that I lose this game as the user team, then the Seahawks will win the Super Bowl here in Super Bowl 48. We start the game on defense. I will confess I am not at all used to playing as the Denver Broncos. I think I've maybe played as the Denver Broncos twice ever in the history of me playing Madden 25. And Marshawn Lynch goes for broke off the left side. He makes a nice move down at the 48-yard line of the Broncos after making a little counter move there against the grain for 32 yards. Credit Skittles for just being a phenomenal running back. Hey, nice play by him. Zach Miller will be our cover or our man coverage victim on this play. No, they're running it, and what a beautiful play. Adams moves up. By the way, I still have some of my beer left from last episode. And we can see here the Seattle Seahawks offensive line. Yeah. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Offensive line didn't do so well in that last play, did they? We'll shift the offensive line to the right-hand side. Then we'll go wide splits. And Seahawks throwing it over the middle. Sidney Rice, how do you come that open, buddy? What's going on? 18 yards on the reception. Seattle Seahawks driving in a way that the Denver Broncos didn't once last episode. I guess they got deep once, and then they threw a pick. Hopefully the same thing happens here. As of course we need the Broncos to win if we're gonna break this series in half and split the wins in two. Here, Wilson has all day to just stand in the pocket, eventually gets rid of it to Golden Tate, who catches it at the 3-yard line in double coverage, but 27 yards because Wilson has all day to throw. This Broncos defensive line not impressing me so far. You need to get some pressure on the freaking quarterback, you guys. Come on. We'll keep this defensive line, I think, lined up the same way. We'll cheat to the right side a little bit here just because both tight ends are to that right side. And but they're going against the grain. Adams there, Mays there, beautiful stuff. We catch Marshawn Lynch in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and goal from the 5 upcoming. 1-2-2 formation coming out here for the Seahawks. I'm not buying it. We're going goal line. Rice and Harvin on the right. Miller and Wilson on the left. Lynch in the backfield, and they're running it. Mays forces Lynch to cut to the right, and Vickerson, the defensive tackle, makes a nice tackle. Gain of 3, but still 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line, clock running. 2-3-0, goal line formation coming out here for the Seahawks, so we're going to match that, Jank. 3 third down right here. 2 yards needed, and they're going up the gut. Mays meets Robert Turbin in the hole, makes the beautiful tackle. 4th and goal. The Broncos defense holds at the perfect time. Field goal block team will come out. Trindon Holiday, the little speedster, will have an opportunity to come off the edge and block this one. And no, he won't, because it's almost impossible to actually do that. That's okay. 3-0 is the score. Seahawks over Broncos. So far, the aggregate score, not that the aggregate score matters between these two games, but so far the aggregate score is very one-sided. It's 38-0. We'll hope to change that. Trindon Holiday has some room off the left side, trying to use his speed, spins back into the field of play to whiz by. I think that was Bobby Wagner, but still just a 28-yard return. And here comes the man, the legend, the Manning. Peyton Manning, who was awful in the game that we just played, is coming out as our quarterback this time around. We have Ronnie Hillman, Monty Ball, Wes Welker, Eric Derrick, Demarius Thomas to work with. And on play number 1, let's go ahead, Ronnie Hillman out of the backfield. About a 2.5-yard gain, setting up 2nd and 8. I'm okay with that. At our own 31-yard line, let's go deuce formation, which is pretty funny because deuce means poop. Inside cross. I really like, and if you've seen any of my actual YouTube series, which, by the way, if you haven't before, I would encourage you to check it out because it's a long-running series and it's a lot of fun. Monty Ball can't juke back into the field to play. That'll go for a gain of about 4. 3rd and 4 upcoming. Dice Salat. If you've seen the series, you obviously know my normal style of play. Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, a fantasy draft series that I'm doing. That's the longest running series we have got going. Aaron Rodgers is a nice balance, I think, of a quarterback who's mobile but also a pocket passer. Obviously, Peyton Manning is a little more on the extreme of pocket passer. Nice pass there to Wes Welker. Tries to cut back in the middle, fails to do so, but still gets 9 yards. Personally, I don't have anything. Some people in Madden, they are obsessed with having a mobile quarterback. I like having a mobile quarterback. As you saw in the last game, we ran the read option to great effect with our boy Russell Wilson. However, I feel like if you're somebody who really needs to have a mobile quarterback, you're kind of limiting yourself like a lot. Like you need to be able to be more versatile than that. Here we've thrown 4 very short passes with Manning, but that's okay because they've been 4 completions, and don't know if we're going to be able to keep. Eric Decker makes a disgusting catch there. My goodness, ball thrown ahead of him. But wow, what a one-handed snag. That might be, well, no, we'll hold off on the thumbnail just yet. This will be our first running play of the game. 5 completions for Peyton Manning so far, and we'll run this one. Monty Ball with the ball, 10 yards up the gut. What a carry there against a very formidable Seattle Seahawks defense. We'll go power O. Let's go ahead and give Monty Ball the ball here again. After I have a sip of my beverage. Around the right side, Ball's going to have some room. Puts his head down. That's Earl Thomas tearing him down, but still a nice 5-yard gain. Monty Ball, 2 nice carries so far. I think we've ran plays exclusively out of the shotgun so far. Let's go ahead. Play action, single back here. I like the play action as a follow-up to effective running plays. And beautiful. Dreesen comes wide open, tackled for a gain of 8 yards. And as you can see, unlike the Seahawks here, we're not going for the big plays here with flash and pizzazz and all those words you hear old people and me use and no one else. But slow and steady wins the race sometimes. And with a pocket precision passer like Peyton Manning, you can do that. Just slow play it. For example, Dreesen there, that pass is broken up by Richard Sherman. But that's our first incompletion. And 2nd and 10, we still got 2 plays to work with, still plenty of options at our fingertips. 1:56 left, so still lots of time before half. Let's go slip screen to the right-hand side. What I like about this play is that even though it is a screen play, we have lots of other options to throw. I like to personally avoid screen plays where the only option is the screen pass. And if you don't manage to get the screen pass off, you're screwed. We had 4 other options. I mean, the screen pass panned out there, so that's fine. 3rd and 5 upcoming, but always nice to have options. Here we got double tights. We're going to go ahead, have both of them run a quick out. Decker, let's have him run a slant. Thomas, I like keeping him where he is. And, is that going to be picked off? It's knocked away. 4th and 5 upcoming. Decker on the slant. I just hit him a little bit too late. That's all. He was wide open. I just got to him too late. Tried to throw the ball behind him. KJ Wright knocks that one down. Let's go ahead. Let's tie this game up. 90 seconds left in the half. We're going to be receiving to start the second half, so let's let Matt Prater knock this one through. 3-3 the score. Tie game. 1:26 left in the half. Let's celebrate the fact that the game is tied and do our best to just stop the Seahawks attack here. And who knows, maybe if we were able to shut them down effectively, we'll be able to get the ball ourselves, and that'll be that. By the way, I've had players falling down like all day on those kickoffs, and I don't get why. It's confusing me very greatly, but whatever. Not important if we just get a touchback every time. 3 wide receiver set here coming up for the Seahawks. All to the left-hand side, Harvin, Tate, and Rice. Zach Miller, the tight end, in on the right-hand side. He's heading out for a pass. And Wilson rolling left hits Percy Harvin, tackled by Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie for a gain of 9. Clock still running. I'm surprised the Seahawks have not called a timeout. Kind of something to raise your eyebrow at a bit, but that's fine. It's their prerogative. Adams here will be in man coverage on Doug Baldwin, who's a receiver for our Buffalo Bills in our fantasy draft series. And, that one hits Sidney Rice in the face, but he fails to catch it. Judging by the camera angle afterwards, was actually intended for Percy Harvin. Maybe Russell Wilson just is upset at Sidney Rice who wanted to hit him in the face with the football. 3rd and 1 upcoming. Another 4 receiver set here. And as much as I want to respect the fact that it's 3rd and 1, that the Seahawks probably want to move the ball through the air or on the ground, we do have to keep our DBs in, at least somewhat. So let's go with the nickel. And they are passing it here. And he has Sidney Rice. Russell Wilson hits him at the 33-yard line. 1st down, Seahawks. And there you go. First timeout for the Seahawks. I guess they just wanted to make sure they got a 1st down before calling any. 52 seconds left. There you see Champ Bailey, who's, I think, 60 years old, but still somehow able to play in the National Football League. And at a high level as well, not just somebody who just plays like, I play. It's like, I'm a freaking Pro Bowler year in, year out. Probably one of the biggest. More. Try to get. Poor doesn't have the speed, and Percy Harvin's going to score. Quick drag route. Moore doesn't have the speed. Percy Harvin over the middle, touchdown. Seahawks score. That'll go up 10-3 off the leg of Hauschka, the NFL's favorite Ukrainian. Though, again, I'm not 100% that Hauschka is actually a Ukrainian name, and I'm probably offending people every single time I say that. But it's unfortunate, but it's part of what happens sometimes. Return middle 2. We got to get a score here. We got to put points on the board. We can't go into halftime down a touchdown. We need our fans inspired for the second half of the game. So now it's time to open up the playbook and have some magic here. That's why we have guys like big play receivers like Demaryius Thomas and Wes Welker, guys who can really do a number on opposing defenses. Even if the Seahawks have Richard Sherman, we have Demaryius Thomas, who's pretty good. Demaryius Thomas cuts underneath, and he makes the catch right in front of Earl Thomas. Beautiful play. We call it timeout. That's a nice play on 1st down. Risky call there. Almost an interception. Earl Thomas had that ball lined up, was licking his chops, but instead we ate his chops. Ha 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 ha. No. But anyways, it was a nice play. Here out of the backfield, we give it to Monty Ball, who tries to get out of bounds, can't do it. Cam Chancellor on the tackle. Still a nice gain, 9 yards. 2nd and 1 upcoming. Actually, 2nd and inches upcoming. We're at the 42-yard line now of the Seattle Seahawks. Demaryius Thomas, a little double move. We'll see if he can beat. This is kind of interesting. We have Richard Sherman playing way the hell off of Thomas. He gets help, but Thomas comes back to the ball, gets out of bounds. Booty, booty, beauty. 14 yards. We're now in field goal range just like that. 3 plays, 2 to Thomas. First down at the 28-yard line of the Seattle Seahawks. That's what I like to see. Hawks. Yeah, not very funny. Wes Welker running the corner route here. I'd love to hit him. He comes open, runs it a little flat, perfect, gets out of bounds at the 14-yard line. 17 seconds left in the half. Peyton Manning tearing apart this formidable Seahawks defense, working there on veteran defensive back Antoine Winfield. Here we have Tammy running the double move out. But in the end zone, wide open is Dreesen, touchdown. Working right in front of Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor. Peyton Manning with less than a minute left in the second half. Comes out, bada bing, bada boom, touchdown, your uncle's your aunt. And we have a tie game, 10-10. Both teams in double digits, both teams with 10 points, both teams with a tie, both teams in the Super Bowl 48. Wonderful. Dreesen with the nice play. We'll kick this one. We'll try and bring it in the corner just a little bit. Try and further discourage a return, or if there is a return, discourage a. Actually, I kind of like putting it in the corner because then you get a return, and it takes time off the clock. But it's still very hard from the corner to get a nice return. You know what I mean? There's John Fox, who looks about 1,000 in this game. He looks like a corpse. I'll be really upset with the guy who animated coaches in this game if I was John Fox. The guy who animated coaches in this game, he made Mike McCarthy of the Packers thin. But he had to go ahead and make John Fox look ancient. Underneath to Sidney Rice, tackled by Carter for a modest gain of 9 yards. 1 second left in the half. The Seahawks call a timeout. I guess they think that they can throw a Hail Mary. Well, you thought wrong. 3 deep, we'll go prevent defense. And we'll just bring everybody way back. Mays, the middle linebacker, we'll bring you way back, and that's fine. Way back. Seahawks, Russell Wilson unloads to the left-hand side where he throws it, and it's incomplete. Knocked down. Halftime, Denver preparing to receive. 10-10 the score. Kickoff coming here from the Seahawks, from Haushka, the NFL's favorite Ukrainian, maybe. Trindon Holiday on the return. Oh, he's wrapped up right away. Hit there right at the 20-yard line, unfortunately. Nothing doing there. Pete Carroll, who has massive shoulders, but aside from that, actually does look like Pete Carroll. Watching his team play in Super Bowl 48, Wes Welker looks to be in coverage on a linebacker here. I'm seeing blitz. The linebackers may draw off. They don't. And that means that Dreesen comes wide open, gets wrapped up by Richard Sherman. 2nd and 1 upcoming at the 32-yard line. Nice first play of the half. What I like about setting yourself up in 2nd and short is it allows you to call whatever you want, even if the play is stupid, on 2nd down. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Fake screen. We roll Peyton Manning. Can Peyton Manning take off? He does. He gets a first down. And he's hurt. Oh, no. Oh, no. He takes a late shot. That would have been a penalty so fast in real life. Instead, it's not, which means that Osweiler, the backup of the Denver Broncos, is going to have to come in and win this game for the Denver Broncos. You want to be a hero, kid? Come win us a Super Bowl. And he throws it over the middle. It's knocked down by Bobby Wagner. That looks so much like it was going to be intercepted for a moment. Jesus. 2nd and 10. You know, let's do the smart thing. Let's throw a really high percentage pass here. Ball and Welker coming over the middle. Zone coverage from the Seahawks. We get Welker in the hole. Sherman makes the tackle. And we'll get the injury update here, maybe. And Peyton Manning, we can keep him in the game. It's just a bruised shoulder. And he will come back into it. So Osweiler comes in, throws one pass and one pretty good pass, and his day is done. And that's what he'll tell his grandkids about in a few years, in 20, 30 years, whatever it is, because that's the only interesting thing he's ever done. Meanwhile, Demaryius Thomas wide open. Seahawks running so much zone against us, which I'm okay with personally. I like playing against zone defense because as long as you can spot the holes, know where the pockets are going to be, then you're good. It's really just like a fancy game of, I don't know, like zone tag or something. I don't know. Here, Tammy comes open on the quick out route, and he drops the football, and he is injured. He's dead. Look at him. He's not moving. Okay, he's moving, but that would be pretty sad if a player actually died. And I mean, it would be sad if a player died in the video game. It would be terrible. I'm saying if a player died in real life, that would be a tragedy. But even if it just happened in like this fake video game, and Monty Ball, buddy, you're named after the ball. You can't drop it. Come on. Tammy will stay in the game even though he has he'll be out. Not that that's very important. Double cross on 3rd and 10. I just took an extra sip of my beverage, so we should be good to go. Let's get Thomas coming in on the slant play, and he's held up by the defender. Clearly pass interference. And I don't know what to do here, folks. 4th and 10, game tied. Here's what I typically do when it's 4th down in my YouTube series. I call a play, I take a look at the defense, and I make a decision. Let's go ahead, X follow. I like this play because I find anytime we get tight ends running fly routes, good things tend to happen. Let's get Welker doing the same thing. Welker, it appears he's working on a tight end, or a linebacker. He can probably blow by him. So if the safety comes over to help on Dreesen, Welker will probably come open. Let's call this. It's the Super Bowl after all. Dreesen doesn't come open, but Welker does, and he makes the catch. What a catch. Go big or go home, baby. It's the Super Bowl. Wes Welker there to make a nice play on the ball. Wow. Welker elevates, and actually the funny part is Dreesen was covered here originally. Once he outruns the zone coverage, he was way more open than Wes Welker. The safety never actually committed to either of them, so it's too late. Brandon Browner came over as extra help once the ball was in the air, but wow. And Brandon Browner 6'4". Wes Welker is tiny. But guess who beats him? Wes Welker elevating, making a nice catch. And I'm trying to find the best angle. Let's go with that right there. There's our thumbnail. Super Bowl 48. Episode 2. This time we're the Broncos, and this time we're going to win it. That's right. Let's get Dreesen running the quick out. Sherman here working on Thomas. Thomas is open. Makes the catch. Holds on. Sherman way back in coverage there. He closes so fast, but Thomas able to make the catch underneath. Would have been nice, actually, if he just broke his route and just sat down right where he was supposed to make his double move. Would have been wide open. Instead, actually runs towards the coverage. That's okay, though. It's not the end of the world. Here's Seahawks in zone. Dreesen wide open in the end zone. Sorry, that was man coverage. Richard Sherman followed his man. The linebacker was in zone. Linebacker couldn't leave the zone, which left Dreesen wide open. Bada bing, bada boom. Touchdown, Denver Broncos. Take the lead, 17-10. Their first lead of this entire series comes late in the third quarter, the second game. There's left tackle Ryan Clady congratulating Peyton Manning on his excellent drive there. And here's Matt Prater destroying this football, sending it into the freaking atmosphere for Golden Tate to not return, which is okay with me. 17-10, the score, 152 left in the third quarter. We'll go ahead. Let's send some pressure here. Outside linebacker, fireman, because I smell running plays. If I was the Seahawks, I would run the ball here. I would try and keep things happening, keep things loosey-goosey. There, though, Moore makes a nice tackle, 4-yard gain for Lynch. 3 receivers coming out here for the Seahawks. We're staying with just the 2 corners, though. It means that Golden Tate's going to be covered by Von Miller. We'll just take Miller's spot. And they're going up the middle to Lynch. Again, he's wrapped up by Woodyard for a gain of 4. So 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Seahawks. If we can stop them on this play, that is huge. 104 coming out for the Seahawks. So we'll go sub formation. You know, let's go ahead. Look, cover 2. We don't play a lot of zone, so let's go ahead, play the zone, see if maybe we can catch a young quarterback who's nervous in his first Super Bowl off guard. And they run the read option just like the ball that we did against the Broncos. 8 yards right up the gut for Wilson. Credit the Seahawks for some creativity there. Nice play. Did not see that coming. 8 yards up the gut for Wilson. First down, Seahawks. I wonder how much read option the Seahawks are going to run in the real-life Super Bowl. Be interesting to see, for sure. See that college-type offense on the world's biggest football stage. They go to Lynch again, and nice job by Ayers wrapping him up. Actually, Ayers doesn't wrap him up, just slows him up. Eventually, Lynch is tackled by another defender who comes over. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter, folks. Fourth quarter of the Super Bowl coming up right here. Intense stuff, folks. Super Bowl 48 about to be decided. Will the Seahawks take it, or will the teams tie, and the Broncos take game 2 of the YouTube game, but the real life game be decided at a tie? Who knows? It could happen either way, and it's a very crucial moment for sure. So 2nd and 2 coming up here. Zach Miller in man coverage for us. That'd be Moore. Lynch has been the man so far on this drive. The Russell Wilson will check it down. Moore gets the shoestring tackle. Miller falls way down ahead, though. 12-yard gain into Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Here's hoping the defense can slow down the Seattle attack soon, because the Seattle Seahawks are driving. They're down by 7, but they're driving. We'll go ahead and be the middle linebacker on this play. Drop off unless it's a run play. It is not a run play. We'll drop off. We'll run along, and wide open Sidney Rice. And my goodness, he just bitch slapped Adams out of the way in such a way that I've never seen a grown man able to do before. What an incredible move. I want to rewatch that. Watch this. It's just, he makes the catch, and then he's like, whack! Get out of my way, son. Wow. What a play. What a move. Sidney Rice, incredible. We're going to pinch up a little bit for Lynch. We'll watch the read option. This play, Rice in motion. It is a pass, and they're going to Harvin, who's wrapped up immediately by Champ Bailey, future Hall of Famer. 2nd and 5 upcoming. The Seahawks taking a lot of time off the clock here. Interesting strategy on their part. I would have thought they wanted to run the ball, establish that, but then try and put the ball through the air and, not take such large breaks between plays. Instead, they're really taking their time. Lynch off the left side, Moore with the tackle. Miller there to help, but Lynch gets the first down. First and goal from the 7-yard line. It really looks like the Seahawks, this is their last possession of the game. They need a touchdown here. If they don't get a touchdown here, they're kind of screwed, because we're going to be able to run the ball out, barring, of course, the fact that we might not get a first down if we run it 3 times in a row. But Lynch goes off the left side. He's going to score. Miller eventually makes the tackle, but it's too late. Lynch just too good of a running back to corral. 2:38 left in the Super Bowl. It's going to be very simple, folks. We've heard of the 2-minute drill. Well, this is going to be the 2-minute 30-second drill. 17-17 the score. Peyton Manning has to put his team in field goal position. And who knows, maybe this is how the real Super Bowl is going to end. Only, of course, if it'll either end in a Seahawks win or a tie. We know that, but it'll be interesting to see. Here on the return is Bolden. He's got some nice blocks set up. Works his way back in, can't get back out. 21-yard line is where Peyton Manning and company will take over this ball. Bolden is hurt, but fortunately his job for the day is done, so we don't have to care. Let's go ahead, start off this drive with a simple little out pass to Wes Welker, barring, of course, the fact that he might not be open, in which case we'll get Dreesen running an in route to combat that. Of course, Welker does come open, though. He goes for a gain of about 13 off the left-hand side. 5 catches, 70 yards today for Welker, who is so good in that slot position. Just got all the speed in the world to work with. And what I like about that play is it just gets the drive off to a nice start. You know, we're at the 34-yard line. Matt Prater already in field goal range, given that he has kicked 90-yard field goals in practice before. Here we go to Dreesen on the out route as well. He stays in bounds, which is key, because now at our own 42-yard line, we're going to be able to let this clock hit the 2-minute mark and stop. Now, if we're going to call a goal line play, no, not enough time. Not enough time. 2-minute warning. Bada bing, bada boom. Pressure's on, folks. The Denver Broncos trying to win half a Super Bowl here. Trying their absolute best. They are almost in Matt Prater field goal range. For 2nd and 2 coming up. They're looking to throw the ball here. Peyton Manning. Nobody open. Now open over the middle. Hillman makes a nice catch. Ronnie Hillman. Peyton Manning gets excellent protection from his offensive line. And that is huge because it will allow us to let the clock run. Seahawks will eventually use their timeouts. Now, we're not in field goal range, so we can't let too much time run off the clock. We can, however, play things quite slow here, I think. Put the pressure on the defense. And wide open out of the backfield is Ronnie Hillman. Running downfield on the sideline. Knocked out of bounds at the 18-yard line. But wow. So the clock stops. So, folks, all we need to do here is run the ball, get a first down. Provided the Seahawks use their 3 timeouts, if we can get a first down, we will win this game. If not, the Seahawks will use their 3 timeouts. We'll have to kick a field goal. The Seahawks will probably have about a minute left to try and match our field goal. Let's go ahead. Let's flip the side we're running on here. Ball. Oh no, buddy. Dreesen had that block lined up. Ball was slated to get a really nice carry around the end there. Instead, Dreesen loses the block. Ball takes a hit before he's able to get any positive yardage. And this is something that is a problem. Today we really didn't try to establish much of a run game, and that is why right here we're going to call what I like to call a run-pass play. It's a pass play that's essentially a run play, which is Monty Ball slated to catch this screen pass. It's a very high percentage pass. There you go. It's complete. And Ball trying to get around the outside. Can't go out of bounds. Got to stay in bounds. Please tell me he stayed in bounds. I don't think he did, though. I fought so hard to stay in bounds. No, clock stopped, which is a disaster, but that's okay. 4 yards. Or pardon me, we pick up 6 yards, which is probably more than we would have picked up on a run play. But now that we're screwed with the timeouts anyways, I want to call a pass play here because that is really what we've done all day and done best. We'll go slant play. We get Dreesen out in the flat. We get Tammy out in the flat. We get Thomas working mano-a-mano on Richard Sherman. And Sherman wins that battle. But Thomas comes open later and he gets the touchdown. Demaryius Thomas scores. Sherman with the press coverage holds up Thomas at the line for what seems like an eternity. But as soon as Thomas comes free, there's no help on the inside. Bada bing, bada boom. Denver Broncos touchdown. The only fear is that we've left enough time for the Seattle Seahawks to come back and tie this game up. 1:12 left in the game. Seahawks 2 timeouts. That means there's an eternity for Russell Wilson to work. Demaryius Thomas, 5 catches, 70-plus yards, and a touchdown. Nice game for him and for Wes Welker, both of whom are true gentlemen and scholars. Here, the ball will come down to Golden Tate. He takes a knee wisely. 1:12 left in the game. I shouldn't say in the game. Left in regulation. I should say that. Never say in the game because there could be timeout, whatever, or overtime, whatever. Marshawn Lynch, the only guy in the backfield with Russell Wilson, Baldwin, Harvin, Tate, and Rice, the wide receivers. Wilson standing in, looking to throw. Gets it to Baldwin, who steps out of bounds, 8-yard out. For 2nd and 12 coming up here for the Seahawks at their own 28-yard line. 2-man linebacker blitz. I like the idea of sending a little bit of extra heat here. Again, not rookie quarterback, but young quarterback, inexperienced quarterback, in his first Super Bowl. I like the idea of getting pressure on them. They get pressure on them there. Nice job forcing that throw to hit the dirt. And here we go. High pressure play here. Seahawks need 2 yards to get the first down. Obviously, they'd go for it on 4th down if they fail this down. But nice to get some pressure here. It might force them to throw a pass that they don't want to throw. Maybe they're looking for a high percentage pass in the middle of the field. It means they have to kill a timeout. Who knows? All I'm saying is it's a luxury to be able to force the Seahawks to convert a 3rd down here. They're going to throw it. They go to Zach Miller, and he's wide open. Fortunately, they do stay in bounds. It's 14 yards, so it's a nice gain for them. But staying in bounds is going to kill some time because they're not willing to use a timeout. Probably going to cost them 10 seconds. And wide open is Percy Harvin. Mays in coverage. Harvin down to the 27-yard line. And so all bets are off here. Seahawks, for some reason, not calling a timeout. I think that's a poor decision on their part. They should really have called one. Flag down. Miller tackled by Adams at about the 17-yard line. We'll see what this flag is about. If you guys saw it, I missed it. I don't know what it's about. Champ Bailey looks to be the guilty party, maybe. It seemed to come off awfully fast, and that's encroachment. Yeah, so offsides. Champ Bailey, they're probably going to, they decline it anyways. It doesn't matter. But what it does do is it stops the clock, which sucks. 33 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Seahawks putting together a late game drive here, looking to score a touchdown, tie this one up. They still have 2 timeouts left. And here, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, what you doing, buddy? Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie was in the perfect position to pick that pass off. I hit the triangle button for him to try and make the catch. Instead, he decides to start sexually assaulting Sidney Rice, the receiver. He's undoubtedly going to get called with pass interference. As I've said in my Buffalo Bills fantasy draft series, Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie is on my team. And wow, I've never seen him try to do that against a fellow player, but wow, he just did that. And time is now no longer an issue, folks. The Seahawks need a touchdown. They're 4 yards out. They have 2 timeouts. We just got to stop them. Over the middle, Miller touchdown. All right, so we didn't stop them. Seahawks tie it up. And now with approximately 30 seconds, 26 seconds exactly left in the game, we need to put a stop here. We need to get a stop. Or we need to score, or at least not turn the ball over. I don't know. With 3 timeouts and 26 seconds left, I feel like it would be in our best interest if we tried to score as opposed to just going to overtime. Let's see what Holiday gets us on this return. Ball comes down at the 1-yard line. Holiday bounces around the outside, gets away from a man. He's got some room. Luke Wilson can't bring him down up to the 40-yard line. Nice return there. Trindon Holiday, 17 seconds left in the game. We have 3 timeouts, so we can stop the clock basically as much as we want. Even just 20 yards upfield sets up Matt Prater for a 57-yarder, and that's easily in Matt Prater range. I don't know about you guys, but we got 3 plays to try and get a first down or a couple of first downs and set ourselves up for a Super Bowl win. This is the biggest 17 seconds of Peyton Manning's career. Let's get to it. Wes Welker in front of Richard Sherman makes the catch, gets out of bounds. We call our first timeout. 11 seconds left at the 46-yard line of the Seahawks. Offense should, as long as they're quick, get 2 more plays. Let's go ahead here. Let's go drag under. I want to hit Dreesen as soon as he makes his move to the right side. The linebacker is pinched way in on the inside, though he gets out effectively. But Dreesen comes wide open. He gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. A 50-yard field goal right now is what we would be looking at. My goodness, pressure on, folks. This is for the big one. This is for the big one. What I want to see is halfback blast up the field. Put the ball in the center of the field. Hopefully get about 5 yards-ish, and then an immediate timeout. The Seahawks have called a timeout because I guess why not? But Dreesen gets the biggest play of his career, heck, of his life, on that one. Coming wide open. Impressive gain. Monty Ball takes it off the left side. He's got some nice room. We call a timeout with 3 seconds left, 2nd and 4. That's an extremely crucial play because, first of all, it means that this will be the last play of the game no matter what. Second of all, it takes the field goal down from 50 yards to 44 yards. Meanwhile, the Seahawks trying to ice the kicker. Ooh. Matt Prater going and get some water. Now he's talking to John Fox. He's getting some inspiration. All the marbles at stake here, folks. We got the Seahawks winning game 1. The Broncos, a chance after fighting back twice after the 2-minute warning to take the lead, have a chance to do it here. Here we go. The ball is back. Matt Prater puts it up, and it is good. The Denver Broncos. Oh man, the Denver Broncos score. They politely run off the field, and now they're starting to celebrate. Red Gatorade showers John Fox. There's the celebration. Denver wins the Super Bowl, which means that the user team wins both of these games in this mini 2-episode series. Seahawks take game 1, Broncos take game 2, which means what I said, you guys. Broncos and Seahawks are going to tie the actual Super Bowl, and they're going to break the Vince Lombardi Trophy into 2 pieces at midfield, and they're going to have no choice but to share it, and it'll be the first time it's ever done. As you can see, an impressive game for both Peyton Manning and Russell Wilson. I'm not going to read out the stats like I normally would, just going through them as fast as I can, basically. Joel Dreesen, Welker, Thomas, all guys with hugely important passes today. Percy Harvin went into beast mode as well. Defensively, Sherman had a great game. Mays had a great game. Yeah, we see all that. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Just for you stats nerds who want to see all the stats, get all that stuff up in there. Sacks, none in today's game. Picks, none in today's game. Kicking it, Matt Prater kicked a Super Bowl winning field goal, went 2 for 2. Hauschka, 1 for 1. Punting, none. Kick returns, there you go. Punt returns, there you go. So thank you guys for joining me for this mini-series. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please share it with all of your friends and colleagues and family members, and enjoy the Super Bowl. I'm going to be watching this upcoming Sunday, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do. Until then, I hope you guys check out the rest of my channel if you enjoyed my videos. And yeah, time for the sign-off. I'm Tuxedo T-shirt, and I'm out.